My name is Uche Okocha, and I'm the managing director and co-founder of Trino Motion Pictures, and this is TransPerfect Media's Inside Nollywood.
Very nice having you today.
Thank you.
We know each other.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good opportunity in Cannes to have this interview and to know a little bit more about your role at Trino Motion Pictures.
Yes.
So can you please introduce yourself and tell us about your role at Trino?
Great. Bonjour. My name is Uche Okocha. I'm a managing director, co-founder of Trino Motion Pictures. And at Trino Motion Pictures, we develop, produce, market, and license feature films. We are, in the business of showcasing and promoting African stories and African talent.
So how has localization influenced your strategy for reaching international audiences?
That's a very interesting question. We're very passionate about our stories reaching every corner of the globe. And we understand that localization is very important in order for us to achieve that. Being able to have our films dubbed in multiple languages gives us access to a wider audience, a bigger market, gives us the opportunity to be able to transport, our product, our films, and ensure that new markets, new audiences are able to reach them, to consume them, and that's very important, and just being able to have that access to that feature, it opens a whole lot of opportunities for our business as a whole, because making a film in the original language, being able to put it in another language, being able to send it to different territories, that just gives you a good competitive edge.
I'm just adding a question that is not on the list, because that's something we discussed about, also the opportunity to dub in local languages, vernacular languages, like Nigeria. There are many, but the most spoken one are Yoruba, Hausa.
Yes.
Do you think it would make sense at some point to do that also, to reach the people deep inside the country?
Absolutely. Nigeria is a very diverse country with over 200 tribes, languages, and I think being able to dub, to localize to those languages, it just has a way of connecting more with that, with people from that speak that language or from that tribe. It sort of gives them a sense of identity. So yeah, it's really important, and I think it's good, and I believe it's something that we will be exploring more as we release more products, more films in our territory, and even at some point when we find ourselves diversifying into having maybe a channel, it'll be good to have those languages readily available for consumption.
Yeah, so it's a little bit the same question. I mean, what factors determine your choice of languages for subtitling and dubbing your films?
Yeah, I would say that demand, really. If they, having a distributor in different territories really informs us on the need to have our products, dubbed in that language, right? If I have a distributor, or when I have a distributor in Spain, and there's a market, I know there's a market in Spain that is interested, or in South America, that, automatically tells me that, I need to contact my partners, TransPerfect, and tell them I need my product to be dubbed in, in the language in that territory. So it's really about demand. If there's a demand, then of course we're happy to supply that demand.
Tell us a little bit more about the Nollywood film industry, which is something that people don't know as well as Hollywood or even Bollywood in India, and the state of localization within this industry.
So Nollywood is the second largest producing film industry in the world. We are currently producing over 2,000 feature films a year. It's a very self-sufficient industry that is really heavily funded by private practitioners, very passionate about telling traumatic stories. But you can see the emergence of like thrillers, more comedies, romantic comedies.
Make a comment on your recent film, The Weekend.
Absolutely, I'd love to talk.
Fantastic thriller.
Thank you so much. So we have this film called The Weekend that we released. We premiered at Tribeca Film Festival, the BFI as well, and even recently here in Paris at Nollywood Week Paris.
Yes. You were part of the selection.
I was part of the selection, but I wish I won.
I'm sorry,
but it's okay. So yeah, you know, we're very happy about this film that was released at Tribeca. It's so something very interesting that we did. It was very experimental for us. We took a familiar premise and then we told it from an African perspective. We also created a fictional African language, because it's based on a fictional African place. And the best part of it is that we've successfully dubbed it in French, thanks to you guys at TransPerfect. And we're happy that we're able to showcase it not just in English, but also in French and French subtitle as well. And it's given us access to be able to reach, you know, the French-speaking territory as well as the English territory. So, you know, it's a film that we're very proud and happy about. You know, the industry is starting to make more genre films, you know, because the appetite for Nollywood content is becoming very global. We've had global platforms, you know, that has given us the opportunity to showcase our stories, like Netflix and Prime. And for us at Trino Motion Pictures as well, we also showcase our films on Canal for our products that we've dubbed to French. You know, Canal is a road partner that we've had, you know, to be able to reach new markets. So yeah.
So how do you navigate, you know, with this equation?
I think it's a global problem, you know, and we're finding solutions at Trino Motion Pictures. What we are doing a little bit differently, and I call it a short-term solution, is that we're exploring new markets. We do cinema releases not just in Nigeria, but across West Africa in French. So what we've discovered now is that we'll start doing cinema releases in the UK as well, because there's a large African community in the UK as well. We recently released one of our films titled Love Lockdown in the UK. We did a limited screening and then we had sold out screens, yes. So we're exploring new markets where we find a community that has a large African audience. We're going to try and do limited releases there. We're also exploring new platforms, new formats, new products. We're going to produce a web series and put that on our YouTube channel and try and see how we can start growing that audience so that we have a platform that we can advertise our premium feature films to whenever we're doing a release. And yeah, and you know, visiting events like this, film markets, where we can find new distribution opportunities, you know, sales agents that can give us access to, you know, new markets that we haven't discovered yet. And this is how we're navigating the crisis right now, the distribution challenge on the globe. You know.
Can you say a word on what happened with the streaming platforms in Nigeria?
What I say when I'm asked these questions, really, I can only speak from my perspective and my company's perspective. So our business model really has been, we make our films, we do cinema, we license to airlines, and then we license to streamers, right? We've successfully licensed about 6 of our films to Netflix and Prime, right? And it's always been a seamless process for us when we go through those windows of, you know, distributing our films. But ever since the streamers, Netflix and Prime, decided to cut back, you know, and I think what's going on really right now is I think they're trying to re-strategize their operations in the territory. And from a business perspective, I can only say that it has to do with the numbers, the subscribers.
Exactly.
I don't think it's growing as much as they would love to with the investment they've put in. I don't think they're getting the numbers, the desired numbers with the time that they've set, you know. So, I mean, for any business, the smart thing to do is just really go back and re-strategize and then come back again. So that's how, for my business, since the cutback, it's getting harder to license films because
with them,
they're being a little bit selective, and you know the process is taking a lot longer. And I can only speak based on my own business, but for the other business of commissioning, you know, commissioning new titles, you know, I've not had that kind of relationship with a streamer, right? Where I've been commissioned as a production company to make a product for them. So them cutting back on that as well. It's not really something I understand why, you know, but I would like to relate it back to the fact that it all has to do with the numbers, right?
Yeah, sure.
It's 250 million people in Nigeria, right? You would think that streaming platforms would be doing like 10 million or 50 million, but maybe that's not the case.
I got some hot information this morning. I mean, somebody in your space met them yesterday in Amsterdam.
Right.
And they reckon that they made bad strategy, you know, by just applying the same model as everywhere else in Nigeria.
That's a conversation.
In Africa in general.
That's a conversation.
They are thinking of, you know, adapting the model to the people who have less money to spend on content, you know, as simple as that.
Yeah.
So, so probably they will come back with a smarter strategy in weeks or months to come.
Probably. And you know, it's an opportunity not just only for Prime and Netflix, but other streaming platforms, you know. I think Canal Plus at some point, you know, it'd be great to have to try and get a market. I know Canal Plus is trying to acquire multi-choice. I think that's fantastic. Showmax, I use Showmax. It's a very good platform. You know, it's a very good streaming service. I think that's one. And there are opportunities, but like you said, it's all about strategy and your marketing and how you appeal to the local audience. Localization. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Uche. So just to terminate this interview, what is your collaboration with TransPerfect Media? How has your experience working with us been so far?
It's very important to have efficient, competent, and good partners, because what that does for your business and your association is that you have reliable partners. You have partners that can guarantee you quality of service, and at the same time, just good business relationship. And that's what it's been for us with TransPerfect. You know, I've known you for a while now. You know, we've met in Cannes. We hang out. We've had a few drinks. We've had business conversations in Lagos as well, and that's really good. And Claude as well is also a very good business associate.
Being there in Lagos.
Absolutely, it's good to have presence, and I think that's something that the stream has lacked. But you know, with TransPerfect, you've taken the extra step to ensure that you have a presence on ground, because it's always good to do business with someone that you see physically, and it's not all the time that you do emails. And that has given us good service for our products. The quality of dubbing and localization of our films it's really good. We are very happy to showcase it. You know, we're very happy to talk about our partners. You know, and the relationship has just been wonderful. It's Spotless. I look forward to, you know, more business associations. Let's keep exporting our stories. Yeah.
Nice to hear.
Yes.
Thank you, Uche.
Thank you so much, Jacques.
Thank you
for having me here.
Thank you.